Alright, hello. This is going to be Solidworks CSWA practice problem 7.40, and if you want to follow along with the video, make sure to follow the link in the description, which will take you to the official Solidworks practice problem database. So let's get started. First of all, let's make sure our units are in MGS, and then let's go ahead and start our sketch in the front plane. Now I'm going to draw the arced bar first. So first of all, I'm going to create a center line, vertical center line, to do mirrors. And across this entire part, basically the whole thing is just a bunch of mirrors, so we're going to be using mirror a lot. So I'm going to draw the outer profile first, so I'm going to draw a straight line that simply just goes into arc. Something like this. And I want to make sure that this arc is I actually want to make sure that this arc is going to be tangent to a vertical line, because I want it to perfectly attach with the rectangular pads that they're attached to. So I'm actually just going to draw a straight line here and make sure that this arc is tangent to this line. But this straight line I'm gonna make that into a construction, because I'm not actually going to use it, right? It's just there for reference. And so from here, we'll mirror both to the other side. Oh, did it in the wrong order. Let me click mirror first and then select them. And then I'll mirror about the center line. Let's dimension this horizontal line as being at this length of 180. And then let's make sure that the arcs are radius 35. Oh, actually, sorry. The arcs should be radius 89. I misread something. So they're 89, not 35, 89. And one important thing to note is that the center point for the arc should be horizontally aligned with the end point of the arc. So let's make that horizontal. And it should also be vertically aligned with this intersection. And then from here we can continue to the offset. So let's click offset entities and we'll offset it by 35. That's what I got confused with earlier. Offset it inwards and let's cap the ends with lines. So let's select OK. And then from here, I'm going to Actually, I think we have. Let's do. While we're here, we might as well draw the circular extrusions here as well. So I'm going to make a circular extrusion here. It's actually a concentric pair. The inner diameter is going to be 19, while the outer diameter is going to be 35. to go ahead and make sure that the outer diameter is tangent with both the top and bottom ends, like this. Oh, actually, I guess you only need to make it tangent with one end, like that. And then from here, let's make our extrude. This whole thing is going to be extruded by a depth of 12. So feature extrude bus base. And from the top view seems to be mid-plane extruded. So I'll do a mid-plane extrusion of 12. And for the contour, I'm going to select everything. Well, actually, no, I will not select everything. I'm going to leave out that last part. So I'll just extrude it like this, leaving the hole there. And then, oh, sorry about that. And then we'll finish the extrusion in the same sketch. By doing another mid-plane extrude, but this time instead of 12, it will be 27. And that will be for the center circle. So this part right here, 27 mid-plane extrude. Obviously excluding the hole right there. So that should be good. So then from here, it's pretty clear that you need to make another offset, or sorry, not another offset, but another mirror, because this part is going to be copied onto the other side. But obviously, as you can see, the problem with that is that we have to make our part with respect to this, so we don't have a plane to mirror over, right? So I think we're going to have to use reference geometry to create a plane a little bit later. But I think for now, we'll just create the rectangular kind of base. So I'm going to make a sketch. And I'm going to make a sketch on the flat top of the part that I just made. So this flat top. And we'll just draw a corner rectangle. Something like this. Let's make sure that the left side is coincident with the left side of the flat top. Or I guess collinear. Let's make sure the rectangle is a 205 by 60 rectangle. And finally, let's make sure that the distance from the bottom of the rectangle to this edge is going to be 12. And you get that from the detail view A. And so I think this is where the reference geometry will come in handy. So I think I'm just going to draw a center line cutting from the midpoint across like this. So this center line I just created is going to represent the the midplane of the entire part. So we're going to actually, first of all, let's get our circles in as well. So I'm going to create a circle. And it's going to be a diameter of 14. Its center point distance from the left side is going to be 16. And then we're going to have another circle here, which has the same diameter as the other one, so we'll make them equal. Let's make their centers horizontally constrained. And then let's set its center distance from the right side as being 18. And then we'll set the center distance from the top edge as being 43. And now I'm just going to mirror those onto the other side. Now let's extrude everything. This will not be a mid-plane extrude, it will be a blind extrude going upwards. And this will be extruded at a depth of 8, as can be seen from the front view. So I'm going to mirror this rectangular part onto the other side. So I'm going to go to linear pattern, mirror, and the mirror plane will be my right plane. And then my feature will be the rectangular extrusion. There we go. Select OK. So I'm going to create some reference geometry. I'm going to open up my sketch and I'm going to click show so I can see the center line that I drew earlier. And then I'm going to go to features, reference geometry, plane, and my first reference is going to be that line. I want it to be coincident with this line. And my second reference will be the front plane. I want it to be parallel to the front plane. Parallel, not perpendicular, parallel, like this. So that should be fine. Yes, that should be fine. So I'll select OK. There's plane 1. And so I'm going to do another mirror, so linear pattern mirror. I will select plane 1 as my mirror plane. And then my feature will be the arc extrusion, which will be well, actually, I'm going to select both features, both the arc extrusion plus the whole the circular extrusion that goes along with it. So I'll select both, mirror them at the same time. Is it unable to? Wait, hold on. Let me check this again. Let's see here. Unable to create this feature because it would result in zero thickness geometry. What does that even mean? Zero thickness geometry. Zero thickness geometry. Very confused as to why it's not working. Maybe I'm gonna go back. Maybe I'll change my initial boss extrude. I suspect something went wrong because I didn't select this. So let's see if that fixes anything. So let's try that mirror again, see if it works. Oh, yep, it worked. Okay, there you go. There we go, worked. So I guess when you're extruding things, you're not supposed to leave a hole right in the middle of, between two extrusions, because it gives you that zero thickness thing. I wonder why that happened. I'll search it up later and see what went wrong there, but for now we can continue. So I'm gonna hide my plane since I don't, actually I might need it later. No, I don't need it anymore. So I'll just hide the plane. And I'll also hide the sketch as well, sketch 2. Okay, so we're just about done. All we need to do now is we just gotta implement those two kind of bars that are connected here and here. I'll just create one of them and mirror the other. So we'll get the dimension for them from the section BP view. So I'm gonna start a sketch just on the back face here. And I'm going to yes, okay. I'm going to make sure that there's a circle. Wait, how are the circles centered? Let me see. Oh. Okay, well that would make sense. Okay, so I think it's implied. Yeah, you're never told. You're not really given any information at all whatsoever about these bars. You pretty much just have the isometric view and then the section BB view that barely tells you anything. But I think it's implied from the isometric view that the centers of the bar is horizontally constrained with the center point of this hole. That would make sense, right? So I'm going to create a concentric pair. The outer diameter is 18. And then the distance between circles is 2. And then let's make it the centers horizontally. Oh, actually first let me create a point to represent the center point of the hole. And let's make the center point of this concentric pair, which is the bar, horizontally constant with the center point of the circle, like this. And now all we need is the distance, and you'll get that from the top view. The distance from origin to the center point is 65. And mind you, this isn't on the front side of this one is on the back side of the first arc extrusion. And so let's extrude this. Let's go features extrude via space. And I'll just go extrude up to next. So extrude all the way up until it touches the next surface. So select OK. And then I'll just enable my planes again, and I'll mirror it onto the other side by mirroring it across the right plane. So let's go click mirror, select the right plane as my mirror plane, and the feature will be the extrusion that you just created, the bar extrusion. Select OK. And there you go, that should be your entire completed part. So let's go ahead and check the answer now. So evaluate, mass properties. For your volume, you should be getting 571,952 cubic millimeters for your volume. Say that again, 571,952 cubic millimeters for your volume. So I hope you learned something from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.